There are moments when the soul feels exiled inside the body. As if presence remains, but life, distant. There is a kind of silence that isn't the absence of sound, but the absence of inner listening. It's when the world keeps spinning outside, but inside, everything feels suspended. Perhaps you know that feeling, your heart beating without direction, time passing without meaning, and an almost faded inner voice whispering that something inside you is out of tune. But what if this emptiness, this deep echo, is not a mistake? What if it's a calling? Not to return to who you once were, but to remember that you never stopped being living energy, conscious vibration, intelligent field in motion. According to renowned cellular biologist Bruce Lipton, we are not just a collection of organized cells in flesh and bone. We are energetic organisms, every thought a pulse, every emotion a wave, every intention a field that influences all that we are and attract. For centuries, we've been taught to view the body as a machine, the mind as its operator, and health as merely the absence of illness. But that view is incomplete. The body feels, responds, vibrates. It communicates not only with the mind but with the field that surrounds us, unites us, transforms us. This invisible communication happens constantly, between your organs, your cells, your thoughts, and the entire universe. You are part of a vibrational whole, and your health, physical, emotional, and spiritual, depends on the harmony of this subtle exchange. In this episode, we'll explore this forgotten dimension of being, the body as an energetic field in constant interaction. We'll understand how thoughts and emotions modulate our vibrational frequency, how repetitive emotional patterns shape our biology, and how we can activate self-healing through coherence between mind, heart, and intention. This is not about miracles. It's about reconnection. Not with magic formulas, but with accessible, real, and spiritually grounded practices. You will come to feel that more than a physical system, your body is a language. And every pain, every block, every imbalance is an unfinished sentence asking to be heard with presence. This video is a safe space for that listening. It's a place where science meets the soul, where spirituality wears the robe of consciousness, and where transformation begins with a single gesture, to stop, to breathe, to listen. Yes. Your body hears everything your soul whispers. And if you've come this far, maybe you're ready to hear again. Because it's not too late. Because energy is never lost. It only waits for the right moment to flow again. And that moment might be now. There is something deeply moving about realizing that the heart is not just an organ that pumps blood. It is, in fact, the center of an energy field that pulses far beyond the physical body. When we feel love, fear, gratitude, or pain, the heart responds. But more than that, it emits. It vibrates. It communicates. Scientifically, the heart is the strongest source of electromagnetic field in the human body. And this field is not a metaphor, it can be measured, observed, and most importantly, felt. Bruce Lipton invites us to see the body not as a set of parts but as a vibrational symphony. The heart, with its expansive field, directly influences the brain, the nervous system, and surprisingly, the energetic field of those around us. When we're in an emotionally coherent state, when what we think, feel, and do are in harmony, the heart's field emits smooth, regular patterns that support not just our own health but also elevate the vibration of our environment. This state is known as heart coherence. It is not achieved through effort, but through presence. When we connect to emotions like compassion, gratitude, or true love, not the kind we idealize, but the kind we feel in our bodies, our electromagnetic field becomes organized. And when that happens, the communication between heart and brain is strengthened. The immune system regulates itself. The whole body enters a state of regeneration. Healing begins to become possible. Modern physics is beginning to reveal what ancient mystics already knew: the body is a network of energetic information. And this network is in constant communication. Every cell, every molecule, responds to the dominant frequency in your field. If that frequency is chaotic, fed by thoughts of lack, fear, or guilt, the body responds with tension, inflammation, imbalance. If the frequency is harmonic, the body relaxes, regenerates, expands. That's why emotionally heavy environments affect us so deeply. That's why we can feel when someone is sad, even if they're smiling. Because the deepest communication doesn't happen with words, but with frequency. Vibration reaches first, before the look, before the touch, before the voice. So if you feel your energy is heavy, your body tired, something inside you not flowing, maybe it's not just physical fatigue. Maybe it's your field asking for a new melody, a new harmony, a new intention. Because your body is not separate from what you feel. It is the vibrational extension of your inner state. And maybe all it needs right now is this: more attentive listening, gentler presence, a higher frequency to remember what it feels like to live in coherence. There is a kind of quiet power that lives within you. An invisible field that responds to everything you feel, think, and believe, even when you're not aware. This field is shaped by intention. And intention is not just a fleeting desire. It is a subtle yet deeply creative energetic force that acts directly upon matter, including your most intimate biology. Epigenetics, the science that studies how the environment influences gene expression, has brought to light a revelation Bruce Lipton helped clarify and popularize: your genes do not determine your fate. They are like switches, and it is the environment that decides whether they are turned on or off. But what few realize is that this environment is not just physical. It is emotional. It is vibrational. Every emotion produces a specific chemistry in the body. Emotions like anger, fear, or resentment activate substances linked to stress, inflammation, and breakdown. Emotions like gratitude, love, and contentment generate hormones of regeneration, balance, and well-being. More than that, these elevated emotions directly influence the activation of genes associated with healing, immunity, and vitality. Your personal vibration, what you emit without saying a word, directly impacts your body and the world around you. The frequency you sustain attracts experiences, shapes relationships, influences decisions. When your vibration is misaligned, you notice patterns repeating: conflict, recurring illness, lack of clarity. When it rises, you feel lightness, synchronicity, flow. The key to this transformation lies in conscious intention. But not a mental intention, empty, disconnected from emotion. It's the felt intention, the one that rises from the heart and spreads like a coherent wave through the body's field. When you unite clear thought with elevated emotion, you create vibrational coherence. And in that coherence, the body listens, the field responds, reality reorganizes itself. This isn't about positive thinking. It's about aligning thought, emotion, and presence. About recognizing the shadows, yes, but choosing to vibrate light. Understanding that all healing begins with a silent decision, to leave the frequency of fear and enter the frequency of trust. To choose, every day, no matter how difficult, to remember that your body is designed to vibrate health, not illness. Maybe you've tried to change your life many times and nothing seemed to happen. Maybe you've used affirmations, visualizations, prayers. And still, things felt stuck. But true transformation doesn't happen when you just say something. It happens when you vibrate it. When emotion accompanies intention. When your whole body believes along with your mind. That is the secret of applied vibration. That is where spirituality meets biology. That is where the invisible becomes visible, in the form of new perceptions, spontaneous healings, meaningful encounters, unexpected answers. And it all begins, within. It begins now. It begins when you silently say yes to this subtle yet powerful shift, change your frequency to change your physiology. And with it, change your life. There comes a moment when understanding is not enough. The body needs to feel. The mind may comprehend, but it is in feeling that energy transforms. It doesn't matter how much you know, how much you've studied, or how many books you've read. If the practice doesn't reach the body, there is no true integration. That's why now, together, we'll enter a brief ritual of vibrational harmonization, simple, yet profound. A meeting between you and your energetic field. Sit comfortably. Gently close your eyes. Bring your attention to your breathing, not to control it, but to follow it. Inhale as you count to 4. Hold that breath for another 4 counts. And now exhale slowly, counting to 6. Repeat this cycle a few times, feeling the natural rhythm of your body. As you breathe, imagine your attention descending from your head to your chest. Sense this center. Don't force it. Just be there. Visualize the heart as a soft point of light, radiating warmth and peace with each beat. That light expands slowly, like a field spreading gently around you. Now, bring to your awareness an elevated emotion. Maybe gratitude. Maybe love for someone who marked your life. Maybe the sensation of a silent sunset or an embrace that healed. Feel it in your heart. Let that emotion take shape, color, weight. Let it fill your field with lightness. This is your frequency. This is your vibrational signature. And it doesn't depend on anything external. It is born from what you choose to cultivate within. Hold that emotion for a few more seconds. Breathe inside it. Imagine each cell of your body bathing in this vibration. Visualize your organs receiving this light. Picture your thoughts calming down within this field. Realize that your body, right now, is listening. It's recording. It's responding. Now, silently repeat within. I align myself with the frequency of self-healing. My field vibrates coherence, love, and presence. Each breath reconnects me with the natural flow of life. Allow yourself to remain in this state for a moment longer. And as you return, as you open your eyes, carry this vibration with you. It doesn't end here. It spreads through your choices, your voice, your gestures. This ritual can be done daily, even if only for a few minutes. The secret is not in the amount of time, but in the quality of presence. Regular practice reorganizes your field. It restructures your mind. It re-educates your cells. And little by little, without rush, your reality begins to reflect the new frequency you chose to sustain. Because the universe doesn't listen to words. It listens to vibration. And when your vibration changes, everything around you begins to change too. There is a silent wisdom that lives within the body. An intelligence that doesn't shout, but whispers. That doesn't demand, but invites. It's present in the heartbeat you never commanded, in the healing that happens without your awareness, in the intuition that arises before thought. This wisdom is the energetic field that sustains your existence, a field you can nourish, harmonize, align. True health isn't merely the absence of symptoms. It is the reflection of a body in vibrational coherence, a mind at peace with the present, a heart that has learned to trust again. And this doesn't happen overnight. But it does happen. When you begin to listen more to what you feel and react less to what happens. When you learn to inhabit your body as a temple, not as a prison. Bruce Lipton reminds us that biology is not our destiny. It is our response to the environment, and we are co-creators of that environment, inside and out. Energetic coherence, therefore, is not just a beautiful concept. It is a practice of vibrational self-care. A daily act of respect for what you feel, for what you live, for who you are. The practice you experience today is a seed. Small, perhaps. But seeds hold power. They do not bloom in haste. But they know the right moment to flourish. And your frequency, when cultivated with consistency and love, becomes fertile soil for healing, transformation, and reunion with your essence. You can return to this state whenever you need. When the world feels heavy, when fear creeps in, when doubt wants to scream louder. Just stop. Breathe. Remember. Because the path back to coherence is internal. And it is always available. So carry this truth with you. You are not broken. You are in process. You are not late. You are in sync with your sacred time. You are not alone. The universe hears you. It always has. And now that you've listened to your body, now that you've felt your field, now that you've chosen to vibrate differently, life begins to hear you in a new way too. The only answer it waits for is a silent but true yes. Yes, I'm ready to return to myself. Yes, I choose to vibrate in coherence. Yes, I recognize that my body is pure energy. And that healing begins, here.